Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are keeping well at home. Children, in the last Zoom session, we had discussed about the sound and reflection of sound waves and echoes. Okay, so children, what we have discussed that like any other wave, sound waves also when strike a hard surface or boundary of another medium, it returns back in the same medium, obeying the laws of reflection. That is what first the angle of reflection is equal to the angle of reflection, angle of incidence is equals to the angle of reflection, and second is what the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in one plane. Okay, children. So the return of a sound wave on striking a surface such as any hard surface such as wall, metal sheet, plywood, etc. back in the same medium is called the reflection of sound. Okay. So the reflection of sound wave does not require like reflection of light always require a smooth and a shining surface, but the reflection of sound does not require a smooth and shining surface. Okay, children. Sound waves can get reflected from any surface whether it is smooth or hard, polished or rough. The only requirement for the reflection of sound wave is that what? The only requirement for this reflection of sound wave is that the size of the reflecting surface must be bigger than the wavelength of sound wave. Okay, children. Now, if a sound wave is reflected, then after the reflection of sound wave, the second sound wave after reflection which we are hearing, that is called an echo. Okay, so see children, if a person stands at some distance from a wall or a hillside and produces a sharp sound, he hears two distinct sounds. What is the first? The original or direct sound, which is heard almost instantaneously. The original sound is heard almost instantaneously. And second is what? Which sound? Second is that sound which heard after reflection from the wall or hillside. Okay, which is heard a little later than the original sound is produced. The second sound heard after reflection is called echo. So what is echo? The sound heard after reflection from a distant obstacle like a hill or a cliff after the original sound has ceased. Ceased means stop. Okay, when you stop hearing the original sound and the second sound if you are hearing, then the second sound is known as echo. Okay, children. Now, condition for hearing an echo. What are the conditions for hearing an echo? An echo is heard only and only if the distance of the person producing sound, if the person producing sound from the reflector is long enough to allow the reflected sound to reach the person at least 0.1 second after the original sound is heard. That means what, children? If you are hearing the original sound just now, if you want to hear an echo, then the second sound, the reflected sound, must reach to you after 0.1 second after the original sound is heard. Okay, why now 0.1 second only? The reason is that, children, because the sensation of a sound, we have auditory nerves are in our ears to the brain. The reason is that the sensation of a sound persists in our ears for about 0.1 second. For about 0.1 second, are the sound sensation of sound persists in our ears for about 0.1 second after the exciting stimulus ceases to act. Hence, to hear the echo distinctly, it must reach the ears at least 0.1 second after the original sound. Okay, this is about that means what is the time after which we are able to hear an echo? After 0.1 second. Now see, children, the formula of speed is what? Distance by time. Now if d is the distance, let's say if d is the distance of the observer from the obstacle and v is the speed of sound. What is the v? The speed of the sound is, we know, 340 meter per second, we know in air. Okay, so if v is the speed of sound in the air or in the medium, then the total distance traveled by the sound to reach the obstacle and then to come back, what is that? If d is the distance from the person to the obstacle is d, then once it will go back d, once it will go from person to the hill or the obstacle, and again for echo it will come back, no, return of that reflected wave. So it means the total distance covered is 2d. Now the formula of speed is what? Distance upon my time, v equals to 2d by t. V equals to 2d by t or t equals to 2d by v. If we find out the distance, vt by 2, V is what? Speed of sound is 340 meter per second. Time is 0.1 second. Divide by 2. And if you find out the distance has come out to be 17 meters. Thus, to hear an echo distinctly, the reflecting surface in air should be a minimum distance of 17 meter from the listener. Okay, children? That means the distance between the listener and the reflecting surface, what should be the minimum distance? 17 meter. If the distance is lesser than 17 meter, then you are not able to hear an echo. Why? Because in the cases where the distance is lesser than 17 meter, the sound will reach before 0.1 second and you are not able to hear the echo distinctly. Okay, children? So thus, to hear the echo distinctly, following 3 conditions must be satisfied. What are the 3 conditions? I am repeating again. First, the minimum distance between the source of sound and the reflector in air must be 17 meter. Okay, children? It should be 17 meter. It is different in different medium. Okay, because speed is different in speed of sound is different in different medium. Okay. The speed of sound in water is 1400 meters per second. Then you can calculate how much is the minimum distance in water to hear the echo distinctly. Second is the second condition to hear the echo distinctly is what? The size of the reflector must be long enough as compared to the wavelength of the sound wave. Third is what? The intensity of sound should be such that the reflected sound reaching the ear is sufficiently loud to be audible. Now the intensity of sound, the intensity of sound which is produced by the person who is producing the sound, the source of the sound should be large enough so that when the sound wave is reflected back, it should be able to audible. It should be audible to the person or the listener. Okay, children? Understood? So the formula V equals to 2D by T is very, very important. Now next topic is what? Determination of speed of sound by the method of echo. Okay, children, to find out the speed of by the method of echo, what we can do? V equals to distance by time. The general formula is what? V speed is equals to distance upon my time. But if we are going to find out the speed by the method of echo, then in the echo process, what happens? What is the total distance? It will be 2D. Okay, so formula becomes V equals to 2D by T. So if any numerical comes based on the echo and it asks you to find out the speed, the formula is not V equals to D by T. It will be V equals to 2D by T, children. Okay. Now use of echoes. There are different applications of echoes. Okay, so echoes find their application in sound ranging and echo depth sounding by using the ultrasonic waves. Now what is the ultrasonic waves? What are the ultrasonic waves? Ultrasonic waves are the waves whose frequency is more than 20,000 hertz. Okay, now the ultrasonic waves are more energetic than the audible sound. So they have the following 3 properties for their wide use. Now ultrasonic frequencies, what are the 3 properties of ultrasonic frequencies for which they are having wide applications? First, they can travel undeviated through a long distance. That means they can cover a long distance without being deviated. Next is they can be confined to a narrow beam. They are traveling a long distance in a form of a narrow beam. Okay. Third, they are not easily absorbed by any medium. They are not going to be easily absorbed by any medium. So these are the 3 important properties or characteristic of ultrasonic frequencies or ultrasonic waves due to which they are having the wide applications. Okay. First, the use of echoes is what? Use of echoes by bats, dolphins and fishermen. All the bats, we know that you people are saying that bats are only moving in the dark. Okay, they are not flying during the daytime. And dolphins and fishermen, how they are using the method of echoes, the phenomenon of echoes to search or to find their obstacles. See, animals have different audible ranges of frequency. Example, bats, dolphins and dogs have a much higher upper audible limit than the human beings. Bats, dolphins and dogs can hear the ultrasonic frequencies as well. Okay, bats can produce and detect the sound of very high frequency up to about 100 kilohertz. Okay, that means it comes in the category of ultrasonic frequencies. Bats fly with speed much lower than the speed of sound. Bats fly with speed much lower than the speed of sound. The sounds produced by the flying bats gets reflected back from an obstacle in front of it. Look what happened. Since bats flying power, flying speed is lesser than the speed of sound, so while flying they keep on making the sounds, due to which what happened, the sounds produced by them, since the speed of sound is more than the speed of the speed of their sound. So what happened, the sound produced by the flying bats gets reflected back from an obstacle in front of it. By hearing the echo, bats come to know, even in the dark, the location of the obstacle, so they turn from their path and fly safely without colliding with it. This process of detecting obstacle is called sound ranging, children. Okay, so bats are able to find out or to track their obstacle by using the which method, sound ranging. Likewise, dolphins detect their enemy and obstacle by emitting the ultrasonic waves and hearing their echo. They use ultrasonic waves for hunting their prey as well. Likewise, fishermen also. See children, we have many applications given in the book. Uses of echoes by sonar. Sonar is what? Sound ranging and navigation and ranging. Third application is use of echoes in medical field. Kindly read them, since I have explained you the method of the process of echo formation and the distance, everything. Kindly read them. It is very easy. Just read and try to understand this. After that, you have to do the solved examples given in the book. Please solve those 10 examples given in the book, and your work is to find out the answers of exercise 7A as well. Okay children, I hope you all will read this till this much, solve the examples and find out the answers of exercise 7A. In the next video, I will discuss natural, damped and forced vibrations and resonance, children. Okay children, thank you.